Hi, everyone. Can you hear me well? I like dresses. I didn't wear pants, so I have the handheld mic. So really quickly, I wanted to introduce myself to everyone and just share a quick story. When I was applying to graduate school, I applied 2 times over a course of 3 years, but I ended up at the New School, Go New School. I was out in California, and my best friend, who's been my best friend since I was 4 years old, said to me, "Nick, before you go in, don't do that thing that you do." I said, "What do you mean that thing?" She goes, "You know that thing. Hi, I'm Nicole." And I was like, okay, so hi, I'm Nicole. So I won't do that, and I haven't been doing that. And if I do that to anybody when I'm talking with you, please let me know. But what did I come here to talk about? Talent development in the 21st century is what Lennon and Marina asked me to speak about a little bit, and my thoughts. And building on the last speaker, I thought it'd be really interesting to say, how do I define myself and introduce myself for you? I'm a serial career changer. I've worked in the corporate sector. I've worked in the nonprofit sector. I'm a student. I hope I'm a budding social entrepreneur. Maybe some of you will let me know. I'm a daughter. I'm a girlfriend. I'm a friend. And I think these things are really important because they create our identity and they tell us who we are. And they really do create a sense of who we are and what we want to see in the world and what our vision is and our voice. And one word I wanted to bring up today is diversity. I'm so passionate about this sector, and I think it's amazing. 3 years ago, I had no idea what social entrepreneurship was. I don't know that I have the exact definition still, but I know that it's amazing, and the people I meet are inspiring. But 3 years ago, I wouldn't have known that this was even an option, a career, a sector filled with innovative people trying to change the world, who drive me every day. So I want us to just think for a moment, and I know a lot of you think about this, but I think it's really important that we bring to the forefront of our thoughts, our work, this idea of diversity. This idea of the work we do is changing systems, it's changing the world, it's bettering our planet, it's bettering our people. But when we are developing the people in this sector, we need to make sure that we're also keeping those voices, those people, and those identities a part of that pool. It's really important because 3 years ago, I don't know that I ever thought I'd be here on this stage talking to all of you about this. So I had 3 stories I just wanted to share. I was in New Orleans last month. I'm part of a community development finance lab. And I met with my buddies in Tulane and had a good time and listened to some music. But I met a woman who runs a cultural organization in Central City, New Orleans. She is a pillar of the community. She's an advocate for social change. She started her organization from the bottom. She's been there pre-Katrina, post-Katrina. And there's a lot of money filtering around New Orleans to develop nonprofit leaders and community leaders. But Carol, who's an African-American woman, is not one of these women being developed. And I just thought, what a shame. She's so much to offer, and her organization could do so much more if she could scale, if she didn't have to spend all her time trying to keep the lights on. So that was just a moment. Then I think back at my work. I used to work at Prep for Prep. I don't know if any of you know that organization, and I ran an entrepreneurship camp there. And I will tell you, 75% of every business plan that came out of that camp for high school students, these are low-income students of color from urban New York City, were socially driven. They were budding social entrepreneurs. And I guarantee you they didn't know what social entrepreneurship was. But I told them. And now they define themselves differently. And Amanda Loyola will be starting at Stanford on a full scholarship, and hopefully Eco Dog Treats, her business plan, will take her places. And I think that's amazing. Currently, in my budding social entrepreneurship role, I am developing a program with the foundation, and I am using, and thank you, David Bornstein, because my high school students read 2 chapters from your book, and really trying to get them to think about how can they change the world. These are students that come from really hard backgrounds in New York City. And Tatrina said to me, as we embarked on the consulting project that they were doing for a social enterprise, why would they care about what I have to say? And I threw away the lesson plan, and I don't know any teachers in the room. What do you mean? Why would they care what you have to say? And it was so profound. It was so moving, and I was so sad because I think I've been developed. I've gone through leadership programs. I've been developed to be a change maker. I've attended conference. I'm a serial conference person, so if you haven't seen me before, we will see each other sometime this year, and I will get your business card because I've been trained to network and do all these things, and really been trained to say my voice matters. And thank you so much for giving me a platform right now to share my thoughts and my feelings with you. But Katrina didn't think that her voice mattered, and that made me so sad. Because this is the next generation, right? So these are just thoughts, and I don't really know that I have that much more, but I struggled to come up with the title, but the new faces of town is really important. So let's just keep that in the back of our minds. Let's keep that in the dialogue that we have, this idea of diversity and talent development. And by diversity, I really mean the full range of diversity. So I think that's it for the moment, and I want to thank you all for giving me a chance to use my voice, and I will see you all soon. Thanks.